Hello, everyone. Thanks to all of your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful donations, we were able to unlock this coming run of Wolfenstein 3D, 100% death incarnate glitchless with Amalgamaine. That is a scary amount of words.
Don't worry, it won't be scary. I'll be here to help you and everybody here escape from Castle Wolfenstein without a scar to have. Thank you, MJ, for the great introduction, and I'm joined by the amazing Organ Mike. Would you care to say a few words about yourself?
Sure. I had a run earlier in the marathon where I threw myself into holes in planets, and now I'm looking forward to making holes in Nazis, so that'll be good.
Awesome. Like MJ said, this is a 100% death incarnate glitchless run. So what that means is that we get to go through every level, get rid of every enemy, collect every treasure, find every secret without any type of glitches. It's on the hardest difficulty level too. It might sound like an impossible task, but don't worry. Together, we're gonna do this. So let's get this set on up.
We have trained for this.
Yes, as best as we can, using the tools and the technology at our available fingertips. I'm still dressed up as Miss Joanna Dark from earlier today, so I decided to keep her on for this run.
I have a question for you, Amal.
Yes.
Are you psyched?
Oh, I am so psyched. And the reason
Hey,
why...
chat, are you psyched?
Yeah!
Oh, I'm psyched.
Awesome. So the reason why we say "Are you psyched" is because time will start when you see "Get Psyched" on the screen, and time will end after the completion of level 9. So
That
let's get this going. I'm going to count us down in 3, 2, 1, and let's boogie. Get psyched.
Get psyched.
Get psyched. That is an order.
Well, this is a military operation. Of course it's ordered. We already have comments about ludicrous speed in chat.
Yes. So for those who don't know or haven't seen this run before, ludicrous speed, besides being an amazing Spaceballs reference, means that we have to go at full burst speed the entire run, and that is being done with holding L2 on my controller. You might be asking, this is a Wolfenstein game. This is from DOS. How did you get that to work? I'm playing this on the Steam version, where I can actually use Steam input to work with a controller that I already have mapped to every button that Steam and this game expects us to have. So if you're worried, like I was at the initial part of this learning run, that you can't play Wolfenstein because you don't have a controller, Steam input will be your best friend. And what you just saw was an example of how fun, air quote, the difficulty of this game can spike. A single shot will take me down anywhere from 25 to 90% health in one shot. So I have to play extra careful while also going extra fast.
Seems like a lot of variation.
At the end of each level, we have to be able to see that we got 100% to be able to continue the run. Normally I would go faster through this, but because we're in a marathon, I want you to see what I see and able to be able to advance to the next level. So when we say 100%, each one of these three numbers needs to be at a 100 in order for us to move on. Secretly behind the scenes, I use that score indicator to tell me if we made it in advance, so I don't have to wait till this screen. Welcome to level 10. Level 10, obviously, comes after level 1, won't it, Mike?
I just assumed it was in binary.
That is true,
You know,
it is.
level 1, then level 10. The next level should be 1-1, and then 100.
Yes. Well, you know, they, back in the days of DOS, they really knew their programming, because we got some fun little tricks coming up that I will show you on how we manage loading of doors inside of a very old game. So anytime you see a little alcove like that, 99 times out of 100, it means you're going to come up across some secret little guys hanging around waiting to try to catch you off guard.
But of course, they won't catch you off guard, will they?
Even they do sometimes for me, because they can and do move, whether or not you realize it. So what I'm doing in this room, for example, is an example of being aware of how the game loads the secret doors. Every time that you try to press the space bar, or in my case, the X button on my controller, I'm testing to see if a door is going to open. The game doesn't load those in immediately, so you have to wait for an example like this to be done in order for like the next secret to open. So we use that to maximize the time that we go, and we make sure we don't get shot by this guy. Perfect.
Mike! They seem to be having a little problem with getting words out there.
Yes, they do. If I shoot them fast enough, I actually end up cutting off their speech, which, you know, practically speaking, in the real world would probably happen if you got hurt this much. However, it's a video game.
Well, and as we all know, in any sort of dramatic circumstance, in video games and movies, everyone gets a chance for last words.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how else would you have, like, the famous final speeches of some of the most hated and beloved enemies and villains of all cinema?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Can I just cut in here really quickly?
Of course.
Because y'all have been doing such incredible work on hitting those incentives, the team behind the scenes has had to get a little bit creative on the poll incentives. So, because of all of your hard work, we have 2 polls up currently. If you want to give me psychic damage, I really strongly urge you to donate for the Choose Your Fighter, Bowser Milk, or Roach Cheese poll, which I'm not happy to read, but I am happy to read that for a good cause.
Those sound like words.
They sure are. The other poll that I am much, much, much more excited about is who is the cutest tech lead, with the options being Schmumbler and Schmumbler. Shoutouts to our tech lead Schmumbler. Incredible work.
Absolutely.
Incredible job, all of you.
Like, we
all
could
the
not do
runners,
this
all the
event without you.
volunteers. Everyone's done a great job. Including you, chat. Chat, you're beautiful.
Without the contributions of chat, we would not have been able to hit some of those goals. Just constantly keeping the energy up, hyping everyone up. It's truly such a lovely environment.
And that excitement like keeps me and all the other runners going. I am so happy to be able to be doing this for you. And this is a bonus. You guys unlocked this extra awesomeness, and I am very thankful for you.
So get psyched, chat.
Just like that, we're on level 3.
I'm beginning to think that I don't know how math works.
It's okay, there's a lot of weirdness in math in Wolfenstein. All that you need to know is every time there's a blue guard on the screen, just think of bacon, and you'll be fine. Now, why say think of bacon? It's one of the many possible interpretations of what those blue guards say when you defeat them. What do you think they're saying?
I think that sounds like something that that could be donated for and make MJ read out, right?
That's true.
So, chat, I mean, if you make a donation, you could tell MJ to say whatever it is you think those guards are saying as they get shot.
Speaking of making me say things, we have a $10 donation from Erica Lawless in favor of Bowser milk. Erica says, "Where does the Bowser milk come from?" Onic isn't saying.
I'm not sure I want to know.
I'm having an incredible time. I want to thank you all so much.
Obviously, it's the Bowser Milk Store. What else were you thinking?
That does make a certain amount of sense.
You're welcome. So right there was an example of how stacked this game can be on you. Is that these guards can actually shoot directly through some of the walls, even if they don't have line of sight on you. You have to be extra careful when you're shooting them, so that way you can protect yourself. And sometimes you can actually close the door in front of them as a shield.
Can you shoot through walls?
No, unfortunately not. I wish I could. I really wish I could. What you can do to help you go faster through this run is you can time where you end up destroying each one of the guards, so that way the doors don't close. A lot of these doors are actually what cost runners like myself time, because we have to wait for the door to open in order to go to the next part. You just can't, like, burst through. You actually have to wait for that door. Which can be annoying and aggravating at times. So I try to line up as many as I can right within the frame of the door, so that way I can just keep on running and not have to stop and wait.
That makes good sense.
Yes, instead of letting the bodies hit the floor, we will let the bodies hit the door. And boom, rim shot, I will see myself out with another bad joke.
Tried the fish you hear all week?
Yes.
Joke's on you, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat fish.
That's right. Just like that, we have to be careful, because they can shoot through each other. And they can body block each other and hurt you. As you see, my health went all the way down to 5. in that just tiny little bit of couple seconds of action there.
Well, I mean, you're shooting through them pretty well, so
That is true.
it only seems fair. Yeah.
It only takes like 3 shots for me to die, but a lot of them take like 10. And we are at our number. Again, just showing this to get 100, 100, 100, so you get an idea of the run.
Nice.
The rest of these, I'm not going to show you the screen, I'm just going to keep on zooming.
I suppose at the end of the level, we should be able to see your score jump up by 30,000 points, right?
That is correct. Being able to do everything hopefully correctly, you will see that 30,000 jump at the end of each level. There we go.
I will really quickly cut in again.
That's okay.
I want to see some donos for Schmumbler. I want to see some donos celebrating our wonderful, adorable tech lead, Age Schmumbler. So please, go donate, even if it's just a little bit, so I could have an excuse.
Yes,
or
please.
alternatively, if you want me to say some unholy things, you can also vote for the Bowser Milk versus Roach Cheese
Ooh.
poll. Which one wins?
That's what the
Do
blue
we
guys
wanna
are
know?
saying when they get killed, right? Is roach cheese and...
Yes, I think they really want to see the poll skewed that way.
I
It's
don't
their
know that
final
that's
wish,
doing-
chat. You gotta give them that.
Yes.
I don't know that that is going to incentivize anyone to vote in favor of Roach Cheese, frankly.
I'm
we're
really
trying.
not sure what would make someone vote in favor of roach cheese myself.
That is also fair.
So this is one area that is signature to a lot of these older DOS games and shooters, are these tiny little mazes within mazes. And secrets within secrets. If you thought that you could only get to one secret at a time, the developers of this game tell you, not so fast. Because we've got hidden doors within hidden doors within hidden doors.
The expression on BJ's face down there when you picked up the gun was delightful.
Yes. Probably.
I don't know that I've ever
perfectly
seen
love-
that.
Probably he is the inspiration for that Twitch gasm emote. Or maybe, that might be the new, roach cheese emote. You never know at this rate if that ends up winning. Now that we're done with this
And this-
little maze, if there's any little messages or any other pieces from chat, got a perfect little time for it.
Chat is simply having an excellent time thinking about Roach Cheese and Bowser Milk. I can't really say much. I can't really say much else about that. That is, frankly, all I want to say about that. But again, I will continue to say these things.
Are we sure that Schmumbler wants to be associated with roach cheese and Bowser Milk?
I'm not sure. Schmumbler has had time to be aware of any of this happening, so I'm afraid it's out of Schmumbler's hands. What do we think? We may also speculate whether Schmumbler is pro Bowser Milk or pro Roach Cheese.
Chat is insisting that Schmumbler doesn't get a choice.
Ah, okay. Let the will of the people be spoken.
We have a donation for $10 from Erica Lawless. The answer is Schmumbler, the schmumblest schmumbler to ever schmumble. Indeed. Schmumbler is the cutest tech lead. We can all agree, I'm sure. Also, thank you for making me say schmumbler that many times. My mouth is having a time.
It's not an easy name to get your teeth around.
There we go, 30,000.
Get psyched!
And sometimes, as well, they hide the secret in the first room. So you have to be...
Dastardly.
Yes. You gotta be on the lookout for these. The good news is that there are maps out there that can, if you really want to learn how to run this, that will show you where all of the secrets are.
So if you just have a quick moment,
Yes.
how did you wind up running this? Is this a game that you grew up with to some extent, or is this just something you picked up?
Very good question. So, I picked this up back... I was first introduced to Wolfenstein from my dad. And if you're watching, love you. He brought home Wolfenstein from work, because he had it on his work computer, and he would play it during a lunch hour. And it would be something where, you know, he would play it, I would watch him do it, and then my two sisters and I, we would play this game together, and we would try to do what my dad could do, and a lot of times we would get jump scared by guards like this, who would just stand there and wait for you to come into the room. And I'm gonna give you an example of that beautiful smile.
That's a grin and a half.
Yes, it is. So, as I started to, you know, get into speedrunning, this is only my first year of doing speedrunning, I wanted to do something a little on the different side. And by different, I mean, you know, something that I grew up with and something that I really, you know, wanted to sink my teeth into and try to make my own. I had a luxury of being able to go and find this game on a Steam sale for like $4. And that's the version that I'm playing right now is Steam. This isn't like the DOS version, so if you don't have a, you know, fancy old computer where you can play DOS games on, you don't need to worry, you can just get this to Steam. And I'm like, what is like the default run that people do with this? And what is something that is different? And the any percent runs of these are like 10, 15 minutes long, because these levels are so highly optimized from like a glitching perspective. See, that's an example of a jump scare right there, because I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, no, not the grin.
Yes, another grinning. So I'm like, let me give this 100%, you know, speed run a try here, because I only did one speed run before this. So I'm like, well, I'll just pick 100% Death Incarnate. What's the, you know, what could go wrong? As I, you know, famous speedrunners, famous last words probably, but too bad. We're gonna keep it going. When I played this as a kid, I always did this trying to do all of the levels. And eventually, I'm like, I want to do this on the hardest level because my dad did it on the hardest level. And so now I do it because it's fun, it reminds me of family, and it also keeps me on my toes because every run here is very different. Even though it might look well thought out and rehearsed, there's a lot of improvisation on here. And that, I would say, is probably the short and long answer to your question. I hope I got to the spirit of it.
Absolutely. That's actually very, very sweet.
Yes, thank you.
Really happy to
It
hear
sounds
that.
like a very familiar story for me in my relationship with old role-playing games.
Very nice.
That's why I speedrun them. I grew up watching my dad play them, and I mean, obviously, I don't have a Commodore 64, but I do play the DOS versions.
Alright, that
Get
takes
say.
us to level 5. Conveniently, what I call the circle level. I call it a circle level because we round the clock to go get rid of every guard.
Efficient.
One little secret I can tell you is if you have an idea that a guard is coming up, immediately shoot when you open the door. Because what I've noticed is you end up doing more damage on them if you can surprise them. If they see you, you're going to do a little bit less damage, and you're going to have to shoot them more to get rid of them.
Now you get a backstab bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that guy clearly said roach cheese.
Obviously. I mean, I'm glad you're paying attention, because I'm focused in the zone here of making sure we get rid of them all.
Yeah, you got other things on your mind, I think.
I unfortunately do still have Bowser Milk and Roach Cheese on my mind. And if you want me to speak about Bowser Milk and Roach Cheese some more, that poll is still ongoing, as is the cutest tech lead poll. Spoilers, it's Schmumbler. You can show off all of your love and adoration for our wonderful tech lead in that poll, or again, make me say unholy things with the other one.
That vote's a fix, but fortunately, it's also right.
Beautiful. This room right here is pretty scary because the 3 blue guards tend to blend into the wall.
And now they're painting the floor.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right. And there's always a surprise guard, like right there. That is another strat I have learned over time, is that you can duck in and duck out of a room really, really fast to lure guards to come out after you. That way you can have them come at you and still be prepared for them.
Like, those guys were not prepared for you.
No, but they have a good amount of them hanging out in this room, which is why I'm waiting to bust in. Perfect. Okay, let's go get some ammo because we're about to go embark upon a secret treasure trust that requires defeating a lot of people.
As though the rest of the game hasn't required defeating a lot of people up to this point.
Correct. We got a lot of goodies, guards, I should say. Oop. There's 6 guards in here. We gotta make sure we get them all. That's number 5. Number 6. Now, here's a joke coming for you. What do you see behind a door? The answer is...
I don't know. What do you see behind a door?
my bacon. Now,
That works?
I say that as a joke because one of the things that is a constant in the world of Wolfenstein is that special black door tells you that you are done with a level. Except that one is a troll. So that's why we set up for a joke. Oh. Oh. Okay, good.
I wonder if anyone's actually, and obviously people have mapped this out because it's an old game and it's a popular old game, so people have mapped every corner of it out. But I wonder if anyone's ever actually done the math. Like, how big is Castle Wolfenstein? Like, I'm not sure. It seems pretty huge.
Or vice versa, it's narrow and tall because we have floors that we have to navigate through. Okay, good. No way down
That's
there.
true, but even then, it's 10 floors. That's massive.
That is true.
I must personally question the Nazis' sense in architecture, because this seems like an uncomfortable workplace, frankly.
Yes,
I would get lost so easily.
Not only would I get lost, I wouldn't want to live behind some of these closing and opening doors all the time.
Yeah, that looks
They're
like it
also
could break
incredibly
fingers
long.
if you were trying to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not OSHA friendly.
Or whatever the 1940s German equivalent would be.
Alright.
Chat did earlier point out the sheer amount of floor chicken, which I also do not think is OSHA friendly. Truly, we're just leaving food on the floor.
Of course. The other thing that you should know about Wolfenstein that I've learned is that every time you get shot, if you just eat a TV dinner, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it's being adopted in all the best hospitals these days.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that info in my back pocket for a rainy day.
Just in this room, we got to be a little bit careful because we have people coming in and out at all times. So I have to constantly double back and make sure I don't get shot. Just like that.
And more importantly, make sure that they do.
They do, that's right. Beautiful. By the way, that extra
I love the
ding-ding-ding-
old sound effects.
Yes, that extra ding-ding-ding is your indicator that you got a brand new life. Unfortunately, the max is only 9.
So what you're telling me is BJ Blazkowicz is a cat.
Yes. All we need is a little bit of cat ears.
I see the vision. Catboy BJ Blazkowicz shooting down Nazis for
And
trans rights.
and a future cosplay, because normally I do this run in a Vocaloid outfit, but since I already dressed up today, I wanted to keep Joanna.
And
Excellent.
Joanna is an excellent option.
Yes, she is. Thank you. Another thing that I've learned to develop about this run is guards don't like it when there's random noises. And if you're not sure where a guard is, you can always just shoot into a room and they'll yell at you so you know exactly where they are.
Hey, stop shooting! I'm trying to hide!
Exactly. You will figure out where they are very quickly if you actually, which is counterintuitive to most first-person shooters, you waste ammo to learn position. Now, unfortunately, part of the 100% run does involve shooting the dogs. I don't condone that at all in real life. But because this is virtual, I'm just gonna apologize in advance.
We understand.
Perfect. Now that's the exit, but we can't go there yet because we're not done.
Indeed.
I've lost a few runs to missing that second secret door. So that's why I always try to make sure that I get that door. Especially because we're about to go into what I call the murder room.
Is it a room where you do a lot of murder, or where you get a lot of murder?
Where you could really get murdered very quickly. Oh good, we got them all. If you just run in there, there are all of those guards really just happy to be able to blow you away. Rather, unlike other speed runs, you take a second to gain position. And then you're okay.
A friend of mine has said that slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
It is true. Okay, we are on level 7, one of the hardest ones for me to continuously get right. Partially because this was the last level that I learned in the run.
I would have thought that 9 would have been the last you learned in the run.
Traditionally, yes. I learned these levels out of order. And partially why I did level 9 early is because level 9 is a boss fight.
Ah.
So it's actually fairly easy to pick up once you know some of the... I gotta be a little careful here because we're really low on ammo. Okay.
Well, as a musician, I feel one of the mistakes that people training for music or for speedrunning make is constantly working the easy parts over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah, should focus on the difficult things, right?
Yes, I would agree. I consider this to be the hardest level because it is the most maze-like of all of the levels in terms of a routing perspective. When you know where everything is, this is only like a 2-minute level. But because it snakes in on itself so much and so often, I get lost very easily, and you'll probably see me get lost once or twice while doing this. And that's partially because almost all of the doors and all of the rooms here look so similar.
Hey chat, BJ just picked up another weapon. I'd like to see your best BJ Blazkowicz grin.
And if anybody does have that as an emote, feel free to load the chat with them.
Someone in chat earlier said that BJ just constantly looks like he's still chewing on a brick, and I cannot unsee that now.
The left and right looks is like grinding his teeth against it.
You know what? I see that now.
And he's enjoying it.
He seems like the sort of person who would enjoy chewing on a brick.
Alright, another
Like, I'm
room.
half surprised that you have doors to open and you don't just chew through the walls.
That is true. We already spent enough chewing on the TV dinners to be able to restore our health after we get shot.
Just
I mean, he also very clearly doesn't have time to actually eat those dinners, so he's probably just applying them to his wounds.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, exactly. We're now back to almost full health and full ammo. we just take care of all of you. We'll be a little bit on the safer side. Good. One, make sure we didn't get shot in the back there. And one thing I also didn't mention about this run is that there are locked doors. And in order to be able to route successfully, you need the special keys in order to open the doors. And we are good with this level. If you don't have the key, you have to go back through the level and make sure you pick it up. Otherwise,
So
you'll
on
be
level
there.
8 of... Yeah, we're on level 8 of 9, or 9 of 10, or however we want to count them, but, chat, if you want to get your votes in on those polls, we need to know if it's Schmumbler or Schmumbler.
The world needs to know.
Or alternatively, whether the crowd prefers Bowser milk or roach cheese. These are
You know, I
important
wasn't going to
questions.
say anything.
These are the important questions that our society is facing today, and you have a chance to make your voice heard.
We have
Do
the
you stand
power.
for roach cheese or for Bowser milk?
Right there was an example of me not going in a traditional order of opening doors, because I have to wait for those secret doors to open up fully in order for me to enter into them. And it takes a good 3 to 5 seconds for each one of those doors to bulk all the way back, and also for
There's
you to...
got to be...
Go ahead.
There has to be an entire room, or even maybe a floor, of just the mechanics to manage all these secret doors.
Gotta think so. And I'll ask you to have that same opinion when we go into the very meta secret room bonanza coming up later this level.
Hans, what happens when you pull this lever? Well, the wall on the 3rd floor moves 3 feet to the left. Why do we have that lever? I don't know.
It was in the floor plan.
I once again must question Nazi architecture. What were they thinking?
They were thinking efficiency. Obviously, you know, when you have prisoners, you've got to be able to put them in secret spots.
And secret doors, you know, Nazi secret doors or not, secret doors are kind of cool.
And here's...
I'd love to have a secret door in my apartment.
Guess how many secret doors are behind this wall here?
6.
3.
Keep a running count. See how many you get. That's 2.
2.
2.
3. 4. 5.
This is very silly.
6. 7. 8. 9.
It's 9.
Oh, there should have been one more. You finally got to the treasure, and there should have been one more secret door there. With nothing behind it. Just another secret door, just for fun.
Yep, but they didn't do that.
I mean, I know
I
developers
assume-
of the day understood trolling, so I'm not sure why they didn't, but...
I assume the ever-present 9 in practically everything here is just a reference to the actual German word for no,
Yes.
which is what we say to Nazis.
Okay.
9.
How do you say hello to the boss in German?
A lot of bullets.
Very good. Okay, we ran out of ammo. That's why we opened this up in advance.
What does he say when he dies?
He goes, Morty! And time is... now.
GG.
Excellent.
That is the end screen that you want to see at the end of a 100% run of Wolfenstein. I'm also happy to report that you witnessed my only second time of doing this without a death.
Hey, well done.
Thank you.
He's so good at this. Well done.
Thank you. There was 2 times where I was holding my breath because I got critted. We made it through.
We made it through with the power of trans rights.
Absolutely.
I also heard a little birdie told me, I think we're not done yet. I think we have a little bit more in us. Is that correct?
The people really want to see you shoot Hitler.
Okay. Well, let us give the people what they want.
The people deserve it.
Yes. So how do we make this happen? Well, first I secretly set up a save game, which puts us at level 9 of episode 3. We just went through episode 1 of Wolfenstein. Episode 3 is a different castle, and at the end of level 9, you get to fight not only Mecha Hitler, all of his cronies with the quad laser. So if anybody has seen Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you're going to also be in quite for fun here. So welcome to
Get
level
psyched,
9.
chat.
Time to be psyched. Let's go take them out.
Get psyched, that's an order.
Now that is the quad laser right there. You need to watch out for it.
Was that Hitler in a sorcerer's robe?
That is correct.
That's not a sorcerer's robe. I think that's just a bathrobe, I believe.
Yes.
We've interrupted shower day, have we?
Yeah, he really loves spa day, so. So every time the quad laser comes out, it is a bigger hitbox than what it looks like. You can't just go walk around it, because it will take off at least 30 to 50% of health per pixel that it touches you at. So in
Are
case
there
you-
multiple sorcerer Hitlers running around the place, or does he just respawn when you take him out?
There are multiple of him. You have to fight a lot of them before you even get to... And he will actually come after you. Go ahead.
Is there a canon reason, like, has Hitler multiplied himself somehow, or is...
I like to think, because they don't really give you much about the story here, I like to think he has set up clones, because behind this door awaits your incentive, chat. So the way that you take them out is you first make sure you get rid of all of those white-suited guards. Then what you
And
do...
then you insert a large number of bullets at high velocity, apparently.
Hey. Alright, now he's gonna come after us. And what we do is we just run around him, pick up some health, and he is clipped on a door. which we can actually use to our advantage. Just go around. And you see the trademark. Here it comes.
Nice.
Wait for it. Here's the
Let's see that
comedy.
again.
You get the trademarked Death Cam.
Incredible.
Nice.
I actually was a little worried there because I thought I was going to run out of ammo and I would have to use the little pie slicer, also known as the knife, to finish him off. I'm glad I finished it with 0 bullets left to encapsulate my thanks to you for helping to meet the incentive. That is how you take care of not only Wolfenstein Episode 1 on the hardest level, but you take out his boss, Mega Hitler. Thank you so much for having me.
Seems like a great way to end a marathon for trans rights, is taking out Mecha Hitler.
Absolutely. But we're not done yet.
We aren't.
Uh-oh.
No. Amalgamayne can rest easy.
Yes.
Amalgamayne has done a wonderful, wonderful job.
Thank you.
Just, y'all have been blowing it out of the park so hard that we had to add an extra game to the end of the stream.
Oh, wow.
But before that, do you all have any shout-outs you want to give? Amalgamayne, do you want to start?
Sure. First, again, thank you for having me a second time. I appreciate it. You can find me on twitch.tv/Amalgamayne. Retro, horror, and shooting type games with a little bit of Chivos thrown on in. I'd like to say thank you to my community who helped me learn some of this run, plus also the moderators of the board who helped not only encourage me to keep running, but actually appreciated somebody picking up this game for the first time in years. And thank you to my family who taught me and showed me this game. Without that, I wouldn't be here. So, love you.
Mike, did you have any shout-outs?
Just big thank you to Amalgamayne for letting me sit on the couch on this one. It was a fun time. I don't have any specific shoutouts. I think this community is awesome. I think you all deserve all the shoutouts I can possibly give, but I will plug myself. I'm at twitch.tv/OregonMike. I play mostly old role-playing games and occasionally Planet Diver, apparently. But I mostly try to have as much fun as I possibly can. Thank you for letting me run, and thank you for letting me sit on this couch. And I'm looking forward to the finale.
It's gonna be a good one. And thank you, MJ, as well, for being a great host.
It was my pleasure.